In 2012, a company didn't just go public. It went inside your mind, not through force, not through laws, but through something far more powerful, your need to be seen. Today, this company doesn't sell products. It sells attention. And once attention becomes currency, control quietly follows. So how did a small website for college students turn into the most influential social machine ever built? How did connection become dependence? And when did sharing your life turn into surrendering it? This is not the story you've heard before, because the real question isn't what Meta built, it's what Meta changed inside us. This is the story of Meta, not as a company, but as an experiment on humanity, an experiment that never asked for permission. This is Meta, the billion-dollar attention empire, not a tech story, a human one. Before Meta, there was a quiet, awkward student who didn't fit into the world around him. Mark Zuckerberg didn't grow up dreaming of power. He grew up trying to understand people, why they chose each other, why they excluded others, why popularity mattered more than truth. While others learned how to talk, Mark learned how to observe. He noticed something most people miss, that humans don't just want connection, they want validation. And validation, when automated, becomes addictive. The first versions weren't ambitious. They were crude, even reckless, ranking faces, comparing people, turning social worth into numbers. It wasn't meant to change the world. It was meant to answer a question: what happens when you quantify human approval? The answer arrived faster than expected. When Facebook launched, it didn't market itself. It spread like gossip, dorm to dorm, campus to campus. Because it didn't feel like software, it felt like belonging. And once people felt they belonged, they stopped asking who was watching. But something else was growing quietly: data. Every click revealed preference. Every like exposed desire. Every pause betrayed curiosity. And Facebook remembered everything, not because it cared, but because memory meant leverage. By the time the world noticed Facebook, it was already too late to imagine life without it. And Mark Zuckerberg had learned the most important rule of power: if you control attention, you don't need permission. Facebook wasn't just growing, it was shaping behavior, quietly, precisely. And the question was no longer, will it succeed? The real question had become, what happens when a platform designed to connect people learns how to influence them instead? That answer was about to change everything. By the time Facebook reached millions, it had learned something ancient empires learned the hard way. Power doesn't announce itself, it normalizes. Facebook didn't ask people to change their behavior, it rewarded it. Post more, get noticed, react faster, feel relevant, stay longer, feel connected. And without realizing it, people began adjusting their lives to please an invisible system. At first, Facebook showed you everything. Then it made a choice. It would decide what mattered, not based on truth, not based on value, but based on engagement, because engagement meant time, and time meant money. This was the moment Facebook stopped being a platform and became a filter. The algorithm didn't ask what was good for you. It asked what would keep you scrolling. And it learned faster than any human ever could. Every notification became a promise. Every red dot became urgency. Your brain began associating validation with relief, silence with anxiety. This wasn't manipulation by accident. It was optimization by design. Facebook didn't invent human weakness. It simply mapped it. And once mapped, it could be scaled. As Facebook grew, governments grew uncomfortable. Media felt threatened. Advertisers became dependent. Journalists accused it of stealing attention. Politicians accused it of shaping opinion. But Facebook had an answer prepared. We're just a platform, not a publisher, not a gatekeeper, not responsible. And for a while, the world believed it. Then came the realization that Facebook didn't just show content, it amplified emotion. Anger spread faster than calm. Fear traveled further than facts. And the algorithm didn't slow it down, it accelerated it. Because outrage kept people engaged, and engagement kept profits rising. This was the moment the question changed. Not is Facebook powerful, but is it safe? What made Facebook different from every empire before it was subtlety? No soldiers, no borders, no laws imposed, just influence. It didn't tell you what to think. It decided what you saw, and what you don't see might as well not exist. That is the quietest form of control humanity has ever created. By now, Facebook wasn't just observing humanity, it was shaping it. But something even bigger was coming. A moment when the world would finally see what happens when attention, data, and power collide. And when that happened, Facebook would be forced to reveal what it truly was. By the time the world began asking questions, Facebook had already answered them. Internally, they knew what anger did to engagement. They knew fear spread faster than facts. They knew division kept people glued to their screens, and they kept going anyway. Not because they were evil, but because they were optimized. In systems built for growth, morality is often treated as a delay. Facebook no longer needed to know your name, it knew your habits. What made you pause? What made you react? What made you feel seen? Slowly, your digital shadow became more predictable than your real self. Advertisers didn't buy space anymore. They bought behavior, and Facebook sold certainty. Inside Meta, reports were written. Warnings were raised, concerns were documented. They spoke of mental health, of polarization, of harm amplified at scale. But fixing these problems meant slowing growth. And slowing growth meant disappointing investors. So the system made a choice. Not loudly, not officially, but effectively. By now, Facebook wasn't just a platform. It was infrastructure. News traveled through it. Movements organized on it. Relationships lived inside it. Leaving Facebook didn't feel like quitting an app. It felt like disappearing. This is how dominance works. You don't force people to stay. You make leaving feel costly. Facebook didn't remove choice. It overwhelmed it. Thousands of posts, endless feeds, infinite scroll. Choice exists, but attention doesn't. And when attention is exhausted, the system decides for you. What you see first, what you see last, what you never see at all. This is power without fingerprints. Governments reacted slowly. Laws struggled to keep up. Because how do you regulate something that feels invisible? Facebook argued it was neutral, that users were responsible, that technology was just a tool. But tools that shape behavior are never neutral. They are incentives. By the time the name changed from Facebook to Meta, the problem wasn't branding. It was trust. The world had finally realized that connection without accountability creates something far more dangerous than isolation. And the question now wasn't how powerful is Meta. It was, what happens next when an empire built on attention tries to reinvent itself? By the late 2000s, Meta was surrounded. Public trust was collapsing. Employees were questioning leadership. Governments were sharpening their language. For the first time, growth slowed. Not because people stopped using the platform, but because belief began to crack. And when belief weakens, even the strongest empires feel fragile. Facebook had become a name associated with harm, not hope. So the company did something dramatic. It changed its name. Meta, a word that sounded futuristic, abstract, clean. But names don't erase memory. They reveal intent. This wasn't an escape from the past. It was a bet on the future. Meta promised a new world, a place where connection felt real again, where presence replaced scrolling, where control looked like creativity. But beneath the vision was the same question that had always existed. Who owns reality when it becomes digital? And who sets the rules when the world is virtual? Meta changed how humans communicate, how movements organize, how truth competes with noise. It gave voices to millions and amplified chaos just as easily. So what is Meta's legacy? Connection or dependence? Empowerment or influence? Maybe all of it. Because history rarely offers clean answers. Every empire begins by solving a problem and survives by becoming necessary. But when necessity turns into dependence, power stops asking for consent. Meta didn't force humanity to change. It simply gave us what we already wanted and showed us the cost later. The story of Meta is not about technology. It's about us, our need to be seen, our fear of being ignored, our willingness to trade privacy for relevance. Meta didn't invent these desires. It just learned how to monetize them at scale. The next version of Meta is still being built, not in code alone, but in human behavior. Because the most powerful empires don't conquer land. They shape perception. And the next empire might not look like a company at all. It might already live inside your screen.